My First Two Loves, Chapter 62, Cold-Blooded. Good day, everyone. In life, you really only remember your firsts and lasts. Winter Wonderlands from my sophomore and junior years bled together, but I still remember the delight I felt experiencing it for the first time as a freshman. It was a bright spot of hope in my darkest year of my life, and as a senior, Winter Wonderland ended up leaving me with one last lesson. Be careful who you trust. Ava, Mac, Bela, and I poured out of the car and raced into the event space, shivering in the cold air. Tonight would have been a great time for the world, or the old sweatpants under the dress trick. It's freezing. And that's why my friends got here early and saved spots near the heat lamps. Enjoy your chill pill, ladies. As Mac made a break for her circle of friends, Ava wrapped her arms around herself. Why do I convince myself I wouldn't be cold in a dress every Winter Wonderland? The things I do for fashion. His stomach dropped as Bela pulled Ava into a hug and pressed her lips to Ava's neck. Personally, I think it's nothing a little body he can fix. Heat rushed to my face, and I looked away, only to find Noah staring right at me from the skating rink. Quickly, Noah, I need a hug, come here! In the lamp light, his grin was more smug than usual, but his confident gaze held me frozen in place, until Ava's voice brought me crashing back to reality. I don't think we should be doing this, Emma, with Emma right here. This is nothing. Emma, you don't mind third wheeling a bit, do you? Maybe we should split up. You guys seem like you're good without me. Don't be silly. We'll just... Bye. But Bela put her hand to Ava's cheek, pulling her back in for a kiss. The situation was so familiar, and this time I brought it all on myself. My heart heavy, I looked away, and was met with the sight of Mason as he shot me a dazzling smile by the silent auction tent. Hey. Both boys kept their distance, but neither of them took their eyes off of me. And as Bela kept flirting with Ava, I decided to make a break for him. I'll catch up with you two later. Emma, wait! But by the time she'd pulled away from Bela, I was already gone. I found Noah watching the ice skaters and parked myself in the shadows at his side. How's it feel to be finally enjoying the fruits of your labor? You mean, I'm supposed to be having fun right now? Instead of low-key worrying the tents I pitched are gonna fall over if someone bumps into them? Sorry to be the one to break it to you. Noah's eyes slid down my frame and back up again before smiling to himself. Well, if I have to hear bad news, at least it's from a hot messenger. He leaned against the fencing around the ice rink, and I took the moment to enjoy every detail of his handsome frame. The way his suit jacket hugged his biceps, the undone buttons at his collar that hinted at the muscular chest underneath. I worked my way up, bit by bit, until our eyes met, and the intensity of his gaze sent a chill down my spine. He held a hand out to me. Dance with me? No, I can't say no to it. He took a step towards me and slid his hand into position at the small of my back, drawing my hips into his. Instantly, my skin was feverish, and as I breathed in the smell of his cologne, I couldn't help but melt into him. You should talk to me, like that more. It's sexy. What do you mean, like that? I don't know, like all confident, like it's a command. He pulled me even closer and lowered his lips to my ear in a whisper. I can do that. Fighting back a smile, I wrapped my arms around his neck, and together we swayed in time to the music. His lips skimmed my cheek, carving out a path on their way to meet mine and sending my heart into overdrive. Noah! Only to be interrupted by Elijah's distant voice. As we pulled apart, I saw him over by the igloo making his way towards us through the crowd. I wonder what he wants. Maybe he needs help with the lights or something. I moved to let him go, but Noah caught my hand in his. What if I just didn't answer? What if we find ourselves a private corner of the ice rink instead, you and me? Oh. Okay, he's being serious, okay. Together, we disappeared into the crowd of people getting onto the ice rink. Do you skate? Actually played a little hockey as a kid. I dominated on the ice. Now, that I'd love to see. Noah smirked before disappearing behind the counter. We emerged with a pair of skates for each of us and handed one to me. You're on. Lace up, and I'll show you exactly what I'm working with. Sweet, don't fail me now. Well, I got my bearings on the ice. Noah did a few laps, speeding by the newbies and weaving in and out of the slow skaters. He slowed to my pace when I looked more steady. What is it with you and speed? First the bike, now the skates? It's actually the other way around. Skating on the ice was the first time I ever truly felt like I was flying. I've been chasing that rush ever since. Is that what I am to you, just a rush? Before I could hear the answer, I slipped on the ice. My foot flew right out from underneath me. Good call skating in a dress, Emma. Hope you don't flash the whole rink. I tensed, expecting to hit the hard, solid ice. But in the next thing I knew, I was in Noah's arms, looking up at his handsome, smug face. Just a rush? No. But I'd be lying if I said spending time with you was ever dull. He brought me back up on my feet. His hands stayed firmly against my waist, pulling me closer. Well, then maybe we should make things even more interesting. I'm listening. Let's speed skate. 5 points for every lap, and 10 points for every threading the needle with the other skaters. If I win, you have to give me whatever I want. Alright, but if I win, you owe me a hot chocolate. You could ask for anything, and that's it, a hot chocolate? Noah shrugged and then leaned down to whisper in my ear. I'm already here with you. What more could I want? Ooh, look at that. That's smooth. I like that. With a powerful kick, he surged off on his first lap before turning backward to look at me. But if you want your anything, you might want to get started. We raced around the rink, dodging in and out of the other skaters. As the time ticked down, we were neck and neck, but up ahead I saw Noah aiming for the space between a couple skating shoulder to shoulder. He's gonna win. Ahead of me, a little girl and her mother held hands as they glided along the ice. Whee! It'd be a shame if we ran right over. 50 points. Go under the girl. What? Go under the girl? No, cut him off. Ducking around the girl and her mother, I aimed for Noah himself, and shoulder checked him right in the railing. He grabbed me to keep me steady, and the couple turned to look at us as they passed. Watch it! And once you watch it, come back here! I'm sorry, I was just so out of control. Oh, don't give me that. That was calculated. Maybe it was payback for the head start you took, but still. Are you okay? Don't worry about me. I like getting a little rough. I nudged him playfully and he laughed. An actual, genuine laugh. For me, that was more than enough of a prize, but he insisted, turning me to face him. You won semi-fair and rectangular, so... Noah's eyes landed squarely on my lips, and when they met mine again, they were dark, lidded, and hungry. With all the grace of years of practice, he turned us both into a single movement, pressing my back against the railing. What do you want from me, Emma? I want you to... I like how they're giving us a choice. Caress me. Dominate me. Caress me. With thinly veiled restraint, Noah nuzzled my neck. He focused on one spot, kissing, licking, and sucking at it until I was practically begging him to kiss me. He lowered his lips to mine in a slow, sensual kiss that left my mind fragmented, trying to focus on every sensation. Mommy, what are those two people doing? Oh, shut the fuck up, Karen's child. Oops. We pulled away breathless and all too aware that this corner wasn't as private as we'd hoped for. It's because Karen's child keeps looking at it. Still know I ran a coarse thumb across my cheek. Like I said, never dull. A few minutes later, we got off the ice rink and returned our skates. As we did, a pair of warm hands clapped each of us on the back. It's Elijah. Noah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. Hey, look at that. If I had $1 for every time I was right, I'd be richer than King Susan Wojcicki on YouTube. Hate to crash a party, but it looks like we need that stuff out of my trunk. You mind? Sure, why not? I'll leave you to it. No, I'll walk off with Elijah. I turned and scanned the rest of the event. I found Mason browsing the photos on a display outside the silent auction tent. Emma, your prints look phenomenal. I keep telling you, you're gonna be famous someday. Oh, well, I'm glad you think so, but fat chance. Don't be so sure. I've heard someone say there's an editor from National Geographic here. There is? I wonder if they bid on any of my pieces. Play your cards right, and your photo might be on the next cover. One thing at a time. Let's just get through tonight, and then I can freak out about my life goals. Mason slipped his hand in mine, and his warmth was comforting. I think I know just the thing to calm you down. Would you like to dance? I thought you'd never ask. The music picked up, and he pulled me close until I could feel his heart thudding against my chest. Are you kidding? As good as you look, it'd be a shame not to go for a spin or two. I tucked my face into the crook of Mason's neck. Years of memories washed over me, and I was home in his arms. The roar of the crowd around us became a dull whisper, and his lips brushed against my forehead. Mine parted in a soft exhale. Mason... Where he touched, my skin tingled, anticipating his kiss. But Mason loosened his hold on me, and when I looked up, he was staring over my shoulder towards the front of the venue. Hi, Dad. Uh-oh. He's probably not too thrilled to see us together after I snuck to the beach with you. Definitely not. Why don't we hide inside the photography tent? Let me guess, a diamond choice? Maybe he won't see us behind all the displays, and if I'm being honest, I wouldn't mind a chance to finish what we started. I shot another glance over my shoulder. Principal Jennings still hadn't seen us, but it was only a matter of seconds until he did. I swear to God, if I had $1, I want $1. I'm serious. Give me $1 right now. Listen, I do this shit all the time in Among Us. It's like just... And Phasmophobia, too. In case you don't know that game, you should check it out. Together, we ducked low and snuck away, slipping into the silent auction tent. Think we lost him? Only one way to find out. Carefully, I peeked through the customers milling around, but Principal Jennings was nowhere to be seen. Looks like the coast is clear. Mason climbed to his feet and offered me a hand down. In that case, why don't you walk me through some of your classmates' work? Since when are you a photography buff? Maybe he's just trying to show interest. Since it matters to you? It was so simple, but easily one of the sweetest things I'd ever heard, and that was Mason in a nutshell. Reliable, uncomplicated, and always on my side, even if I didn't know what side I wanted to be on myself. With a smile, I took his hand as we browsed the photos on display. Okay, so tell me about this one. Is that a boat? No, it's two boats. Speedboat and a little tiny buoy on water. There's gotta be some reasoning behind it. Use your artistic eye. Tell me what you see. It's black and white, which means the photographer was going for a timeless look. The choices to pick a moving subject was bold. One setting, one wrong setting, and it's blur city. So, in your expert opinion? Overall, I think it's... trying too hard. Ouch, care to elaborate? It's boring. It's not saying anything that hasn't been said 1,000 times before. Interesting, but what do you think about this one? Mason tugged me to a new table and pointed to another photo. A wedding arch. How romantic, and also done a million times before as well. I studied the image, the green of the grass, the cliffs in the background. It's commentary on love. The arch is literally at the ends of the earth, which means both people had to come all that way just to be together. I'd never have gotten any of that. I just look at them and think, hey, that's a cool picture. Honestly, though, that's all that art really is. You release your pride and joy into the world and hope that somebody out there thinks it's as cool a picture as you do. And if they don't, that's what ice cream is for. Mason linked his fingers in mine and brought the back of my hand to his lips. My skin warmed, and with a cautious look around for prying eyes, Mason leaned forward to whisper in my ear. Can I show you my favorite image? Lead the way. I was half expecting Mason to take me back to the photos I'd taken, but instead, hand in hand, we walked to the very last auction spot where a large frame sat perched on the table. Mason took me by my shoulders and situated me in front of it. My face stared back at me, confused. It's a mirror. Mason came into view in the glass, and he smiled the smile that I loved. And right now, it's reflecting the most beautiful and complex piece here. Mason. I turned to face him, and his hands found the small of my back, pressing me to him like the last piece of a puzzle. Bite his lip, kiss his neck. They didn't give us an option for either one, so, you know. Wow, talk about pushing us. Gently, I kissed the hollows of his neck, working my way up his pulse point. Even in the winter air, his skin was feverish, and I licked and sucked at a spot just below his ear. His fingers dug into my skin. Emma. Slowly, his hands sank lower, learning the hills and valleys of my body by touch alone. I pulled back, my eyes fluttering open and hard full. But as I did, Mason's hand finally spotted us inside the tent. He marched over, his expression dark. Mason, I see you and Emma are still good friends. Oh, hello, Principal Jennings. Be a shame if we made a scene here, wouldn't it, boy? He turned to look at me, and I couldn't get the memory of him destroying Mason's most prized possessions out of my hand. Dad, we were just... Mason, it's all right. I think I better go. I'll just find you later. I reluctantly turned and focused on getting as far from Principal Jennings as I could. Nice. Leave Mason hanging for his very abusive father. Later that night, as the silent auction wrapped up, I nervously peeked in the tent to see how it was going. Emma, I just won the auction for, one of your prints. Really? Which one? The vertical one on the ice caves. My mom loves hanging stuff up like this around my house, so I'm just gonna gift it to her for Christmas. The auction's raised a few $1,000s already, and they haven't even started on the back wall of the tent yet. Speaking of raising money, have you happened to see the lockbox with the cash? I need to make change. We already know how this is gonna go, folks. Let's be honest, the lockbox is probably missing. I don't know, I haven't seen it. Scanned the festival grounds, expecting to see the lockbox laying around. But a flash of movement in the shadows caught my eye instead. After a moment, I could make out Noah and Elijah's shapes in the dark. Elijah, where are you going? You've been trying to keep me busy and sneaking off all over the place. There's just gotta be, something I gotta take care of. It'll be fine when I get back. As I watched, Elijah gave Noah's arm a squeeze and slipped into the school. Noah stormed after him, hot on his heels. What was that about? Worried, I followed him into the school. As Noah and Elijah made their way through the halls, I snuck after them. You've been acting shady all night. What's the deal? You worry too much. As he spoke, he shifted an object bundled in the jacket in his arms. A stray bit of metal hidden in the bundle of fabric caught the light. The lockbox! Oh, shock! Suddenly it all made sense. Elijah taking on so much responsibility. The desperation to win us over. It was never about turning over a new leaf. It was all about the money. I couldn't stay silent anymore. I stepped out in the hall and both their heads snapped towards me. It's over, Elijah. Give me the lockbox. That's what this is about, the money? I should have known. You guys, it's crazy. I would never give up a haul I worked this hard for. Elijah darted through the school's main entrance, lockbox in hand, and slammed the door in our faces. Elijah, no! Elijah disappeared into the parking lot as Noah and I desperately yanked on the doors, but the lock held. We watched helplessly as his car pulled onto the street and drove away. We are so screwed. I am so shocked, really, truly, just, really, I'm so shocked. Elijah pulled a fast one over everyone. Who didn't see that one coming? Let me know in the comment section below. Oh, Pixelberry. Without further ado, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Man, description below, links to social media, Discord, if you like to support me and my content. And without further ado, catch you all later. Hope you're all having a great day. Otherwise, peace out.